On behalf of the board and staff of the New York Women's Foundation, welcome to the 2016 Celebrating Women Breakfast. We hope that this morning feels like a homecoming for many of you and a wow moment for our new attendees, because we are not just a packed house, we're a powerhouse.
Every time I come here, I get super inspired and I want to just take on the world.
It fills me with so much joy for months and months, almost until the next breakfast.
I see us as an army of women and a few good men who pull our resources together to push the city forward.
Perhaps what I love most about Liz is that she is the real deal. She talks the talk and she walks the walk. She's a badass lady.
As I look back over 6 decades of activism, striking, boycotting, protesting, strategizing, and infiltrating, I stand by these dogged demands, and the older I get, the more certain I am that righteousness will prevail.
With the support and guidance of Start Small, Think Big, I was able to make my first batch of chocolates just in time for the business plan competition. The chocolates and the plan were good enough to win the first prize of $15,000. Now I finally launched my dream business, Harlem Chocolate Factory.
Now I was essentially homeless, with a 1.5-year-old child to care for. So I went back to the internet, where I found Footsteps, an organization that supports people who are leaving the Orthodox Jewish community and want to be integrated into mainstream society. Making the choice to leave my ex-husband and my community and choosing to come out ultimately ended up saving my life.
As you heard last May at our breakfast, New York City Council Speaker Melissa Mark Viverito boldly announced the Young Women's Initiative. We could not be more proud to honor these leaders. This is the nation's first ever effort dedicated to girls, young women, and trans youth of color.
The Young Women's Initiative sought first and foremost to ask questions, to listen, to gather experiences. And to do that, we've talked to the young women themselves. Those voices need to be supported, validated, nurtured. They need to be heard.
To reach girls in Coney Island, in East New York, in Brownsville, everything that we need is right here in this room.
We are so much further ahead than we were this time last year. This work could not have happened without the commitment, without the courage of young women of color, of our elders of color.
Let us continue to scale up how we compensate young women of color for the valuable and industrious members of society that we are.
More young women of color need to be invested in, and not just believed in, but be believed.
We must make space for disabled women, for HIV positive and incarcerated women, undocumented women, and sex workers, starting now. Right now, it has to be all of us or none of us. So I'm humbled to accept this award, not as a job well done, but as a reminder that there's so much work left to do.
The way that the foundation works is by coming together with donors, with supporters, with grantee partners, and together doing what we cannot do individually. All the easy stuff was done before us. I just want you to know that. The stuff that remains for us to do is the hard stuff. And to do hard stuff, what do we need to do? We need to come together. Let's accelerate all the changes that we need to see so New York City truly works for all.
One of Tori's favorite quotes is by Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Tori makes all of us feel so special, and it is my honor to present her the Celebrating Women Award.
Women have the vision, they have the passion, and the blueprint for building a better society. They just have some challenges. They don't always have the tools or the opportunities. That is why I started our foundation, so we could address just that. Since 2014, we have provided access to more than $14 million to nearly 450 women entrepreneurs in 17 states. At the end of the day, equality is not a men's issue. It is not a women's issue. It's an issue of humanity. It is up to all of us to be not just the architects, but the builders, to reimagine the world as it is and create the world as we want it to be, not only for women, but for everyone.